Hi, everyone. It looks like we only have a couple of people today. Then they're going to start emailing me when I'm going to host the next session of Mastering Service. So it is 4 p.m. here in Florida. So just two people, unless you have somebody else there. I know, Alex, you have your team helping at Stevenson and Danny. I'm not sure if you have AJ there with you, but today, we are going to diving into a topic that is vital for success in the world of maintenance, and that is time management. As service associates, you are constantly juggling a multitude of tasks, from responding to urgent service requests to conducting routine inspections and also preventative maintenance tasks. So effective time management isn't just about getting more done in less time. It's about prioritizing our workload, minimizing downtime, and ultimately ensuring the smooth operation of the community. So in today's session, we'll chat and we'll explore some practical strategies and techniques tailored specifically for you that can help you optimize your time, improve productivity, and achieve our goals with greater efficiency. All right, so as you know, this is a collaboration call. You can, and this is for next time, you can send your feedback to me via email before the calling session, and then I'll read those first. You can also unmute yourself if you want to share it out loud at the end of the call, or you can just send me a chat with your ideas at the end of the session or as they come to you while I'm doing this session. So you do have lots of opportunities to collaborate and share your ideas with the team, and of course, lots of opportunities to win that Visa gift cards in a Featuring Inspire. So remember that what you're sharing today can be anything related to time management. Maybe you can share some of the tips and techniques that you personally use to manage your time effectively in the field. Maybe a unique scheduling method or a tool, an app that you use, or simply a mindset shift that made a difference. Your insights are incredibly valuable. All right, let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the world of time management. Now, as a service technician, service associates, like professionals in any field, you're often going to encounter various time wasters that can affect your productivity and efficiency. So recognizing and addressing these time wasters is crucial for maximizing the use of your time and resources. So what are some common time wasters that you face in your everyday task? You can send me a chat with what are some things that you feel like make you waste time. Send me an answer and I'll read them in just a moment after I give you what I think are some of the time wasters for me. And I'm going to start with poor planning. The lack of proper planning can lead to inefficiencies in task execution. Without a clear plan in place, you may spend more time figuring out what needs to be done next or how to approach a particular task. The next one, we all been there, is reactive maintenance. Now, being constantly reactive to maintenance issues as they arise, rather than proactively addressing potential problems, can waste significant amounts of time. Now, this approach often results in firefighting where you spend more time responding to emergencies than actually performing planned maintenance activities. We also have inadequate communication. Poor communication between the team members, managers, and residents can lead to misunderstandings, delays, and wasted effort. You may have to spend some time seeking clarification on tasks, coordinating schedules, or even resolving miscommunications instead of focusing on your core responsibility. Or the lack of standardization. Inconsistent procedures and practices across maintenance tasks can lead to confusion and inefficiency. So you're going to waste more time trying to come up with different approaches to similar tasks or dealing with the consequences of inadequate documentation, and guidelines. The next one is kind of out of your control, waiting for parts or equipment. Now, delays in receiving the necessary parts, tools, or equipment can disrupt planned maintenance activities and can also force you to wait until the resources become available. This downtime is going to reduce your productivity and prolongs the time needed to complete tasks. That's why we highly encourage, especially if you are a service manager or an assistant, to have plenty of inventory to avoid this type of situation. And lastly, constant interruption from phone calls, emails, even your coworkers that can disrupt your workflow and hinder concentration. You might find it challenging to maintain focus on tasks, resulting in longer completion times and decreased productivity. And you know how it is in maintenance. I know that every time that I go, even to do in-person training, service managers and service technicians always have those interruptions from residents, the office team, wanting to know about their stuff. So identifying and addressing this common time waster is essential for you. That way you can optimize your workflow, enhance productivity, and deliver high quality service to your residents. So implementing strategies to mitigate this time waster, such as improving communication channels, establishing standard operating procedures, that can help you better use of your time and resources. Now, as we dive into the world of time management, let's start by breaking down some key principles. We'll explore fundamental principles such as prioritization, planning, delegation, and time blocking. So think of these principles as our trusty compasses guiding us through the chaos of our daily tasks. Now, these principles aren't just fancy theories. They're practical tools that can help us work smarter, not harder. That's something that you probably heard before. Our boss, Kelly, is always saying that. Work smarter, not harder. And by mastering these principles, we can unlock the potential to streamline our workflows, optimize our productivity, and ultimately achieve greater success in our maintenance endeavors. We are going to start with prioritization. This is the art of figuring out what really matters. Now, as service associates, you got a lot on your plate, from fixing urgent issues to tackling routine tasks, your inspections and all of that. So prioritization helps us decide where to focus our energy first. It's about identifying those tasks that need our attention and tackling them head on. So whether it's fixing a leaking pipe that's flooding a resident's apartment or conducting preventative maintenance tasks, prioritization helps us stay focused and make the most of our time. So I want you to picture this. You got a mountain of tasks staring you down and you're not sure where to start. That's where the urgent, important matrix comes in handy. It's like a magic sorting hat for your to-do list. I have to write everything down or I will forget. And if you see me do in-person training, you know that I'm taking notes on my phone because I don't like to forget. So this is how it works. We got 4 quadrants. In the top left, you got the urgent and important tasks. These are the fires that you need to put out as soon as possible, like fixing a pipe or responding to a major maintenance emergency. That would be something considered urgent and important. At the bottom left, you got not urgent, but important tasks. These are things that are important for long-term success, like creating a preventative maintenance schedule or attending training sessions to upskill. You know that it's not urgent, but it is important to achieve your goals, for professional goals, whatever the reason. Now, on the right side, you got the urgent but not important task. Now, these are the distractions that pop up and demand your attention, like those non-urgent phone calls or emails that can wait a little bit. And finally, in the bottom right, you got the non-urgent and not important task. So basically, a time waster that you should avoid or delegate to someone else whenever possible. So for example, you want to rearrange the furniture in the break room just for the sake of a change. While it might be nice to have a fresh look, it doesn't really impact the day-to-day operations or contribute to any of the long-term goals. Now, it is a task that can be safely put on the back burner. The key here is to focus on tackling tasks in the urgent and important quadrant first, then move on to the non-urgent but important tasks to prevent future emergencies. And when you are using this matrix, you can cut through the chaos and prioritize your task like a pro, ensuring that you're always focusing on what truly matters. All right, now let's talk about planning. Now, let's get down to brass tacks, planning strategies. Now, these are the blueprints that help us build structure in our days and that keep us on track. So think of them as a roadmap to success in the world of maintenance. For instance, now, in daily planning, you may start your day by reviewing service requests or scheduling inspections, service requests, and also allocating time for urgent repairs. Now, weekly planning involves assessing upcoming tasks, setting priorities, and also delegating responsibilities. While monthly planning allows you to set SMART goals, such as, for example, reducing response time or implementing new maintenance procedures, and also outlining steps to achieve them. And through meticulous planning and goal setting, you can optimize your workflow and achieve greater efficiency in your roles. And of course, none of this planning would be complete without a trusty to-do list or other time management tools. You can have a calendar, or use an app on your phone. I know that I use a lot the notes in my phone, and even SweetSpot has a calendar so you can see what are your to-do, what tasks do you have on your to-do list, what inspections you have for the days, or any make-ready task, for example, inspections or anything like that. Now, having a centralized place to track our tasks and deadlines is crucial for staying organized and, of course, on top of our game. So there you have it. Daily, weekly, and monthly planning, SMART goals, and time management tools. Now, these are the secret weapons in our arsenal that help us stay ahead of the curve and tackle whatever comes our way in the world of maintenance. Now, next is delegation. Delegation is the art of passing the baton and getting things done through teamwork. As service associate, you got a lot on your plates, and sometimes you just can't do it all alone. Delegation is about recognizing when to enlist the help of others, communicating effectively, and ensuring that tasks are completed to the highest standards. It's not about offloading work into someone else. It's about leveraging the strengths of your team to achieve our goals more efficiently. So first up, identifying tasks that can be delegated is key. This means recognizing which tasks can be handled just as well or even better by someone else on the team. Now, whether it's a routine maintenance task or any admin duties or even project management responsibility, there's often a wealth of tasks that can be shared among team members. Now, next is effective communication. This is essential when you are delegating tasks. Now, this means that you're going to clearly outline your expectations, you're going to provide all the necessary information, and you're also going to ensure that all the team members understand their roles and responsibilities. By setting clear guidelines and fostering open communication, we can ensure that everyone is on the same page and working towards a common goal. And finally, monitoring and providing feedback on completed tasks is crucial for ensuring accountability and maintaining quality standards. This means that you're going to check frequently to see how things are progressing. You can offer guidance or support as needed, And you're going to provide constructive feedback on completed tasks, and especially if you are in a manager's role. Now, by giving credit where it's due and offering constructive criticism or feedback when necessary, we can also help our team members grow and improve their skills. I love it, actually, when somebody corrects me on something. So in summary, delegation, it's a powerful tool that allows us to leverage the strengths of our team, communicate effectively, and achieve our goals more efficiently. And the last one is time blocking. Now, time blocking for me, it's a game changer. Picture your day as a puzzle, which is task as a piece. Time blocking is like putting those puzzle pieces together, creating a clear picture of how your day will unfold. It's about allocating specific blocks of time to different tasks, prioritizing what matters most, just like we discussed earlier, and minimizing distractions to maximize productivity. Now, first off, time blocking involves allocating time for different tasks based on their importance and urgency, priority level, right? We're talking about that. Now, when you set aside dedicated time slot for specific activities, such as responding to service requests or conducting inspections, we're going to make sure that nothing falls through the cracks and that we are making steady progress towards our goals. Prioritization, it's also key when it comes to time blocking. It's about, again, identifying those crucial tasks and tackling during our most productive hours. By focusing on high priority tasks first, we ensure that we are making the most of our time and energy rather than getting bogged down by less important tasks. Minimizing distraction is another crucial aspect of time blocking. It's about creating a focused work environment, setting boundaries with our coworkers, and also using tools to limit interruptions. By eliminating distractions, we can maintain our focus and productivity throughout the day. And next, we have flexibility and adaptability. Those are also essential components of time blocking. And while we may have our day meticulously planned out, unexpected events or changes can throw a wrench in our plans. And it happens in maintenance all the time. That's why it's important to remain flexible and be willing to adjust our schedules as needed to accommodate new priorities or circumstances. So, for example, Alex is here in training today, and his team is not because they are assisting at another property. Not only that, Alex has achieved his goals 2 months in a row. He's become an all-star, all while managing and assisting other properties. So that says a lot about your planning and execution. Alex, kudos to you. I have to say that. And lastly, time blocking is a powerful time management technique that can help us improve our management and productivity. So when we allocate time effectively, we prioritize tasks, we minimize distraction, we remain flexible, we can make the most of our time and achieve our goals efficiently. And now we're going to navigate through some common pitfalls and strategies in the realm of time management. Our first one, and I've been guilty of this one, I think we all have, procrastination. The arch nemesis of productivity is that sneaky voice in our heads telling us, I'll do it later. To overcome procrastination, break tasks into smaller ones, more manageable chunks, set deadlines, and create accountability. Let me tell you about something that I used to struggle with. And that was just pure laziness or just putting that in the back burner. I was a major procrastinator when it came to translating presentations. And I speak perfect Spanish, it's my first language. So I would leave it till the last minute, stressing myself out, adding the notes, and scrambling to finish on time. You have no idea at the beginning when I started this job how many times I was rushing to finish a translation before hosting a Spanish training. But I realized that this wasn't working for me. So I made some changes and I started breaking the task into smaller bits, setting deadlines for each. Plus, I make sure to schedule time every day just for translation work. It wasn't easy, but by sticking to it, I got better. And now I'm setting translations done well ahead of time, feeling way less stressed about it. And also, they upgraded our office, and now we have an amazing translation tool. So I just kind of have to do corrections now. Cheating the system. Now, the next one is overcommitment, biting off more than what we can chew. It's tempting to say yes to everything, but spreading ourselves too thin can lead to burnout. So to avoid overcommitment, learn to say no when necessary and set realistic expectations and prioritize tasks based on importance and urgency, just like we use in the matrix. Then there's failure to adapt, sticking to our guns even when the tide has turned. In today's fast-paced world, flexibility is key. So you have to be open to new ideas, embrace change, and be willing to adjust your plans as needed to stay ahead of the curve, Ineffective communication can also throw a wrench in our time management efforts. Misunderstanding or unclear expectations and poor feedback can lead to wasted time and frustrations. Improve communication skills by being clear and concise and actively listening to others and providing constructive feedback. That's the only way that you can get better. And multitasking, it's another pitfall that can sabotage your productivity. And I heard this in a conference that I attended earlier this year. Contrary to popular belief, multitasking doesn't make us more efficient. It actually slows us down and increases the likelihood of errors. So focus on one task at a time, give it your full attention, and watch your productivity soar. And finally, ignoring feedback. That can hinder our growth and development. Whether it's from colleagues, your manager, or your customers, feedback provides valuable insights into our performance and areas for improvement. So be open to feedback, learn from it, and use it to refine your time management strategies. By recognizing these common pitfalls and implementing effective strategies to overcome them, we can enhance our time management skills, boost our productivity, and achieve greater success in both our personal and professional lives. And as Abraham Lincoln once said, if I had 6 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. Now, these quotes remind us of the importance of preparation and planning in achieving our goals. By investing time up front to sharpen our skills, organize our tasks, and set ourselves up for success, we can work more efficiently and effectively in the long run. So let's take inspiration from Lincoln's wisdom and prioritize our time wisely, knowing that the effort that we put into preparation will pay off in the end. We have Alex here as the best example. All right, you guys, with that, we have now reached that point where it's time to share. I love to hear from you. What tips or advice do you have on time management, whether it's a personal hack that keeps you on track or a strategy that you found particularly effective in your role? Remember that you can participate for a chance to win a $25 Visa gift card. So I'm going to give you a moment just so you can share your ideas in the chat, or if you have something to say, you can also unmute yourself, whichever is the best for you to participate. And if you are sharing your screen with other members of your team, make sure that you send me their first and last name. I forgot to tell you that at the beginning.
Carmen, I would like to say something.
Sure.
Hi, everybody. I learned through the years that it's very important to kind of like understand everybody else's roles in the community, like the manager, the assistant manager, the leasing agents, and everybody else, because that gives you an idea how thing works, and that makes it easier for you to do your job in a way and try to understand the urgency of things. Because sometimes we focus only on what we do, and when we learn what everybody else is doing, not necessarily to learn everything, but just to get the big picture, like they say, it helps you to understand more what's important and what's not that as urgent as other things. So when you understand the needs of the tenants and the needs of everybody else, that makes it a little easier to focus on what's important. That's what, in my experience.
That's excellent. I love that. And you are completely right. We have to try to understand their roles, their responsibility, and put ourselves in their shoes. How can we work better as a team? How can we manage our time better? It's a team effort. And, even things that you can delegate, or if somebody delegates to you, don't feel like, oh, they're just giving me their work. Actually, I mean, of course, without being abused, it's actually a powerful tool because you can learn. And for example, if you are service managers and you start cross-training or delegating your assistant or service technician in your team to help with inspection, you are preparing them for the next role, because if there's an opportunity for growth, IMT, as you know, it's a company that likes to promote from within. We also have Kenya here, Danny, that both have been promoted to manager roles. And again, we always like to start looking at the talent that we have already in the company, and you're already familiar with the process. So it will be an easier transition for you and also the community. So that is excellent, an excellent point. Lenin, thank you for participating. All right, let's see. I don't have anything in the chat or anyone else that would like to say something. All right, I guess you are the star of the show today, Lenin. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. And I will mark, if you are enrolled in the designation program and this is a requirement for you, I will make sure that I mark your attendance. And I will see you next month for the next edition of Mastering Service. And don't forget to send your submissions for the IMT Hall of Fame contest. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.